Eating right can be difficult for anyone, but sometimes this is especially difficult for older adults. Meals on Wheels is a program of Council on Aging of West Florida. This program offers balanced meals for seniors who qualify in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. Here to tell us more about this program from Council on Aging is Karen Barbee, Community Services Director. Good morning, Karen. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No problem. Nice to be here.
Well, of course, you've been at Council on Aging for what now, a couple months? Mm-hmm. Kind of a newbie. How are things going?
Great. I've really enjoyed coming on to Council on Aging, and everyone with the staff is great and welcoming. I've had quite a great transition.
I'm glad I'm paying you to say this, right? Well, the first question is, of course, we know that as a Community Services Director, one of your programs is Meals on Wheels. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Meals on Wheels is a government-funded program that serves meals to qualified seniors in the Escambia and Santa Rosa counties.
Yeah, pretty cut and dry. Mm-hmm. But what, when those meals are delivered, what's included in that? We know that they meet the RDA requirement. Can you explain what RDA is and what the meal includes?
Well, the recommended daily allowance. So that's the guidelines for what people should be eating from a nutritional standpoint. So it's a 1/3 of that. So if you have 3 meals during the day, it should be 1/3 of those requirements. But it also comes with milk, dessert, and bread. So it's delivered with those 3 things, and you know that it's a complete nutritional meal.
So we know at some point that we did deliver meals 5 days a week, and now we've kind of come back down to, I guess, what is it, 3 days now that we deliver meals?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we're delivering these meals 3 days a week. Tell us a little bit about that process and the volunteers that we have and the staff and how that process works.
Well, it used to be 5 days a week because we delivered hot meals. However, now we deliver frozen meals. So they come in packs of 5 or 7, depending on, whether the person would like that many. And then we also offer breakfast versus lunch as well now. So
That's great. So tell us about who qualifies for the Meals on Wheels program.
The Area Agency on Aging actually does the assessment process. So I can't tell you what the qualifications are. It's a variety of things that they look at. We just get the list of who we're supposed to deliver to.
Okay. So, but what if, kind of what you said, what if someone doesn't meet those requirements? We do have another opportunity for those folks that don't meet those requirements.
Yeah, we are willing to deliver those meals. Just if they don't qualify for the government funding, then they have to pay for those meals themselves, but we'll still offer to deliver those. We call it the private pay program at Council on Aging.
Fantastic. So there's another program that we have that you also oversee, and this is one of my favorites. It's called the Senior Dining Site Program, and that's for those individuals, obviously, that aren't homebound and maybe can go out and hang out with their buddies. So tell us a little bit about the Senior Dining Site Program.
So the Senior Dining Site Program is exactly what you mentioned. It's a neighborhood-based program where seniors can just go and have a noontime meal with people that are their age. So we serve lunch, and it's really more about the socialization aspect. The food is great as well, but people just appreciate the opportunity to get out of their houses and to see other seniors.
Well, you said the food is great. I know they have a favorite. What's the favorite?
Oh my goodness. Well, there's this one meal called Chicken Supreme, which, since I'm not exactly Southern, everybody laughs at me because it's like a dressing-based chicken dish. And then, of course, spaghetti is always a favorite, too.
Sure. And I've also heard hamburgers are a huge hit.
Yeah.
So we've got a variety of things that they seem to enjoy. But I know that there's some qualifications for that as well. Tell us about that.
The only qualification for that program is that they be over 60, just so that they're all in the same age group, and that's who we target our program towards.
And of course, we make a very concerted effort to get some feedback from the folks that do participate with the Senior Dining Site Program. Give us some examples of what people are saying.
Well, again, people like the food, from what I've heard. But the main thing is just that it's a great opportunity for those, especially at that point in your life. You can tend to be alone in your home when you haven't been for a long period, So it's a really great opportunity just to get out of the house and to see other people. The main comment I always hear when I go out to the dining sites is just that this is our family, and, that it's just a family atmosphere, and they're very welcoming, and they just enjoy being a part of it. At their site, sites too, they have lots of activities like bingo, that's a favorite, or the memory game I hear is hilarious to watch. I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, or crafts and things like that. So there's all sorts of activities, and then that family aspect as well.
Yeah, and I think actually I heard a client say one time, it's so great because it takes me away from sitting at home watching the soaps all day, which, you know, I would do that too if I didn't have a job. But tell us where these sites are located.
They're all over Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. We have 18. They're mostly located in community centers or senior centers. And if you would like some more information, you can look at our website and look up those sites from there.
Well, you kind of tagged into that, but if viewers are interested in the Meals on Wheels program or the senior dining sites or maybe any of the other programs that you oversee, how can they get in contact with you?
There's the website, so that's coawfla.org, and then there's also our office number, which is 432-1475. And again, just another plug, we always need volunteers, especially for Meals on Wheels, because, you know, if there's just a time where, you know, someone could go out and deliver meals in the mornings, then that would be very helpful, and we're always looking for volunteers for that program.
Right, and what a phenomenal experience too, because, you know, I've only been here, 3 months now as well, and one of the first things I did was I went on a Meals on Wheels route, and it was such an eye-opening experience because just having an opportunity to bring a smile to somebody's face. I mean, what are you hearing from your volunteers, and maybe even your staff that are doing this on a regular basis about that experience? Well,
you know, part of the Meals on Wheels program is that they have to really, truly need the service in order to qualify for it. So you often find people who, you know, they're homebound, so they need, you know, that social interaction as well. So it's great being able to drop by and just say hello and see how someone's doing who doesn't really leave their home very much. It's easy to forget those people who are in that situation. Sure. And that's what's great about Meals on Wheels is that they deliver not only the food, but there's that social piece of checking in and making sure they're okay every day or each time we deliver.
And I know sometimes they deliver a paper with that, so it's kind of that connection maybe to the outside world if they are homebound or maybe not able to get out as much too.
Right.
Yeah. So again, what was the contact information?
So there's coawfla is our website.org, and then our phone number is 432-1475.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Karen.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.